Dreams Don't Lie, Inception and the Unconscious Mind. Every night, we fall into a story we didn't choose, and yet it's ours. Dreams are the playground of the unconscious, the place where the mind tells the truth it can't say aloud. They are not random, they are rehearsals, reflections, and sometimes revelations. In Inception, Christopher Nolan gives that invisible landscape a form, a world where architecture becomes psychology, and memory bends the laws of gravity. Neuroscience tells us that when we dream, the mind enters one of its most creative states. The prefrontal cortex, our inner critic, quiets. The amygdala and hippocampus come alive, emotion and memory in conversation. Images from our days blend with feelings we've yet to face. The result is story, not told to us, but told by us. Dreams are the psyche's language of integration, where the unconscious reshapes emotion into meaning. In Nolan's film, this process becomes visible. Ariadne draws her mazes, Cobb explores them. She is imagination, he is awareness, and together they build the mind's inner city. Her name comes from myth, the guide who leads Theseus through the labyrinth. Dreams don't lie. They show us the architecture of what we believe, and the weight of what we haven't yet released. Every dreamer is both the builder and the prisoner of their own design. Each layer of dream mirrors a layer of mind, surface awareness, emotion, fear, and the deep architecture of belief. As we descend into dreams, the brain blends past and present, stitching emotion to image, testing what we think we know about ourselves. Ariadne learns to shape her environment, to give form to the invisible. She's drawing not just buildings, but blueprints of the psyche. In neuroscience, this mirrors memory integration, how REM sleep fuses old experience with new emotion. It's how we learn, heal, and imagine. Carl Jung mapped something similar, a descent through the unconscious toward the self, where what's forgotten returns transformed. When Ariadne folds Paris upon itself, she visualizes what the brain does in every dream, turning experience inside out, until meaning appears in the reflection. In Cobb's mind, time collapses into memory. He is trapped not in dreams, but in emotion that refuses to end. Mal is not his wife, she is the echo of guilt, a construct the brain refuses to erase. The repetition of an unfinished goodbye. To awaken, he must quiet the limbic system's alarm and let the prefrontal light switch turn awareness back on. Only then can the dream dissolve. Neuroscience might call it a dream loop. When the sleeping mind replays emotion again and again, the amygdala is still awake inside the dream, searching for an ending that will let it rest. Jung would call it possession by an archetype. Cobb's shadow wears Mal's face, stitching emotion to image, testing what we think we know about ourselves. How REM sleep fuses old experience with new emotion. It's how we learn, heal, and imagine. To plant an idea in the subconscious, that's Inception. But Nolan's metaphor runs deeper. Every act of awareness plants a new seed in the mind. The dreaming brain writes the story of emotion, but self-awareness edits the script. A single insight, believed deeply enough, can reshape neural pathways, rewiring perception itself. This is neuroplasticity as mythology, belief-altering biology, consciousness evolving through story, a thought that carves a new groove through synaptic stone. The dream is rewired by realization. Every eureka moment is a small inception. The question isn't whether Cobb is still dreaming. Every waking moment is a kind of dream, constructed by memory, filtered by emotion, stitched together by neural prediction. Integration is when the dreamer realizes the dream is theirs. Cobb no longer needs to test reality. He has accepted authorship. The architect, the extractor, and the dreamer. Dreams remind us of this, that consciousness is not a single room, but a house with many levels, each one built by feeling, memory, and time. To awaken is not to escape the dream, but to realize we are its architects. 3 steps for awakening to your dreams. 1. Remember the story. When you wake, keep your eyes closed for a moment. Ask gently, what was I just feeling, before trying to recall events. Dreams speak first in emotion, then in image. Following the feeling helps the memory return. Writing a few words anchors the dream in consciousness, beginning a dialogue with the unconscious. 2. Re-enter the scene. Before sleep or during reflection, revisit a recent dream. Instead of analyzing it, step back inside it. Feel the textures, colors, emotions. Ask, what part of me created this? This activates imagery networks in the brain, the same regions used in dreaming, and turns reflection into integration. 3. Carry the symbol into the day. Choose one image or phrase from a dream and hold it as a quiet companion. Notice where its energy appears in waking life, a pattern, a conversation, a feeling. This is how the unconscious completes its message, through coincidence, reflection, or subtle repetition. Awareness is the bridge between the dream world and the daylight one. Cobb says, "The dream is real when you believe it, but belief is a two-edged key. The mind builds worlds, and we live inside the ones we refuse to question." In brain terms, awareness is the act of lucid dreaming while awake, seeing the thought before it becomes a world. To awaken is not to escape the dream, but to realize we are its architects. When you close your eyes tonight, ask not whether you're dreaming, but what story your mind is building to bring you back home. If the dream is a mirror, what truth do you think your unconscious is showing you right now?